New hat. Hi guys, Veggie Gamer back and we're back to Prison Rift, guys. My goodness, what a treat. What a treat that first episode was, guys. Thank you so much for the views, by the way. I didn't expect it to do anywhere near as well as that did. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, it was such an absolute joy. It really was. It felt like Arcane was back, you know, because it's been such a long time since I've covered it on the channel. And obviously we have the finale season coming up at the end of the year. And so, yeah, seeing all this stuff now is an absolute treat. It really is. I've got to say, like a few hours ago, I did get a comment saying that I wasn't so much reacting to the story that I was being told. I was more reacting to pictures of characters from Arcane. And I apologise, guys. I really was like that. I'm autistic. I get overexcited about certain things, you know. And so, to be fair, though, seeing the concept stuff and everything like that, I wasn't expecting at all. And so that excitement was completely, you know, valid, I feel. But yeah, I apologise if I did seem like I wasn't actually listening to the narrative that I was being told because I was too busy getting excited about seeing concept images of Jace and stuff like that. Again, guys, I can't get over the fact that Jace is our Garen and Darius. He is the young, strong, handsome man with a big weapon for Piltover. I'm not even sure that if it's been confirmed that's the case, guys, but it seems like each area has a character like Garrett and Darius, isn't it? Oh, I feel like I'm getting it wrong, but I feel like I got it right as well at the same time. What? Yeah, I have never seen Jace in that role, but then again, the first time I ever saw Jace was in Arcane, and so I guess I just see him as the overly ambitious is the wrong term, but he has so much hope, and you know, he to the point where it becomes a problem. He is just like also focused on doing the right thing and making everything better. And if those people down there aren't going to make things better, then we better attack. That's good stuff. It's good stuff, guys. It's so well written. Each character in Arcane is so brilliant, guys, and I'm so glad there isn't just a moral compass of this person is right all the time. You know, there just isn't. Everyone has this has their faults, and everyone has their good side, which is so important. But yes, I apologise if I did get a little bit too sidetracked with getting excited about seeing Arcane characters again, guys. But like I say, it's been a while, so I will curb that. I apologise. So now we're getting into episode 2. We left it with the cliffhanger of saying, "Oh no, we may have to cancel the whole thing." I don't know if each episode's gonna have a cliffhanger like that. I'm sure that did happen, by the way. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but it really felt like a proper. It felt like a drama at the end. It really, really did, rather than a documentary. But now we have Arcane Prison Rift Part 2, Persistence, or When Your Best Still Sucks. Oh dear. Okay, so it sounds like there's going to be even more barriers to overcome. By the way, guys, there was one bit in the last reaction that I had to get YouTube to remove because Netflix blocked it. I was not expecting that at all, and so I don't know why that would be. I'm guessing that it was like around a minute long, and I'm guessing that minute also appears in something else. I don't know, but either way, hopefully that won't happen again. And now let's get into Arcane Prison Rift. I've already said the title, so I won't say it again. I will say Persistence. Or When Your Best Still Sucks. One thing I will say is that thank you for confirming. Apparently there are no future Arcane spoilers in this, and I always say about like the example of if Vi in League of Legends only has one arm, I don't want to know that before seeing it happen in Arcane, if you know what I mean. And so apparently that doesn't happen on Prison Rift. There are no spoilers, stuff and everything. That being said, I am so up for seeing more concept art, because that honestly was my favourite part of the last episode. But not to drag on the rest of it. It was all fantastic. Thank you so much for the information that you gave me, guys. Seriously, it is greatly appreciated. I did speculate that maybe the singer of Get Jinxed is I want to say Powder. Jinx, there we go. Jinx, of course. Jinx's voice actor, apparently it isn't. Which makes sense. I don't even know why I speculated that. But thank you so much for any information on this. Let's get into it, guys. I'm not going to say the title again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking forward to the flashing and strobing. Riot Games, what you got for me? When's the next animation out? The cinematic and everything, is that scheduled soon, or we got a new band song coming out soon? Let me know, guys. Oh, foosball.
Managing Fortiche is like, sometimes I feel like a band manager. Like, guys, you're doing whatever you want, but I want you on stage at this time for the concert and the gig.
Oh, yeah.
And they're always on time at the end. So you have to trust them.
Never found foosball too fun. There's several things I've never really found fun, to be honest.
So we are in 2017,
which I expected to.
And everybody is working really hard to deliver the pilot. And then we are
making notes, guys.
With Riot explaining to us that we're not happy with the script, with episode 2 and episode 3. At the end of the call,
So
we
cool.
were like, they have really said that? I think we have misunderstood them. When we arrived in LA, and then it was, hey guy, yes, we want to do a pause on the production, put everything on hold.
Never a good sign.
Oh my gosh, that was true.
Yeah, putting pausing on things usually means, or putting things on shelf usually means ending. Quite frankly, or a lot of the time, anyway. By the way, I'm guessing the person in the thumbnail is Silco? I don't know, guys, or maybe it's Victor? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out.
Everything is going to shit right now.
Alright,
that was
language.
pretty much at the point where they had drafted together a couple of scripts and sort of a show bible for the entire season. The next thing I know, Christian mysteriously gets pulled into a meeting, and then it was like a strange intervention where a bunch of other rioters basically told him that it sucked. It was such a good team to just feel like, man, we're being told to stop completely and potentially even find different showrunners, different writers for the whole thing.
You know, you've been killing yourself, you know, to try and make it work and try and figure it out, and like just, I mean, your first thought, of course, is just like, is it dead?
Yeah. All right. Symbolism.
We were really only able to hire all these animators with the promise that there would be a full season to work on, because you know they're very, very talented, and you really only get them if you have something kind of worth committing to, you know, like.
I wondered what they did change.
And so
if they did it, if they had to.
We're gonna have to tell all these people that we just hired, they have to be like, oh, which just, I don't know, it's just like the worst thought.
Yeah.
I think Alex and I just felt like we suck. we failed, you know.
Yeah.
Christian's a tortured artist who can't let himself not do something great. Like, he will will it into existence because he will beat himself up and lose sleep and go crazy.
There were a lot of times during my career at Riot so far where I needed someone like Brandon or Mark to explore some pretty wild ideas. You know, where a lot of people would say, like, no one in the video game industry has full-time composers, you know, like, we can just hire someone from the outside as a freelancer to make some music for us. Or why would we make music videos? That's insane, you know, like, video game companies don't make music videos. Back then, it was Mark and Brandon who kind of saw the idea and like how awesome this could be.
Talented guys.
Bets on, you know, me being able to figure it out. So then, in the meeting, everyone left. It was just Brandon and me, and basically, I think Brandon kind of took like the moment to kind of tell me, hey, like, we'll figure it out. You know, like,
this music, guys, it's creepy.
We trust you. You know, like, we'll figure it out. And I just started crying.
Christian's biggest fear is letting players down. He crushes himself over it. It's actually painful for those closest to him to sort of watch, and it gives you so much respect and appreciation, and ultimately trust in what, you know, he decides to take responsibility and ownership for.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Hello everyone. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our decision to delay the further production of the follow-up episodes of Arcane.
I remember, I think I've recorded like 16 different versions of this video because I just always was just kind of sitting there like,
And
get the right tone.
To give you some more information about it, you know, why, what our plan is, and so on. And I'm sure you've heard from.
We did not show this. The question was, if we start with that, everybody will cry, everybody will jump out of the window.
Yeah, it's like that is it.
That
Yeah.
was okay, and I sent it to them, only to learn a few weeks later that they were like, "Yeah, we never showed it to anyone because you look depressed. You look like you want to kill yourself. Like, how could we ever show that to anyone?"
So
Smart.
It's like a harsh time. Harsh time.
It's smart. Tough times, though. Yeah, I wondered if they actually did change anything, or did they just manage to get going again?
Very painful. You're not sure they're going to be able to come back, because if they go to another production, you might lose them.
Oh my
We knew
goodness.
that we wouldn't have work for them for the months to come. So we started talking to different teams at Riot and started asking people, "Hey, is there anything we can do, like a music video or anything that could just keep, you know, the lights?"
Oh, we're
up?"
not talking about what's it
We talked
called?
to the esports team, and there was a desire to make a music video.
Warriors. Oh, what's this? Rise? Okay. I have not seen this, guys. I like the song, though.
Rise music video, and then we started talking to the music team, and they were working on something like a crazy idea.
Oh! Okay, I didn't expect this. Of course, of course. I was thinking like Warriors or something like that. This was the big one, guys. We need to cover more KDA.
So they did 2 music videos with us, which I think are still some of the best, if not
I've
the 2
only
best
done
on our YouTube channel.
Pop
Thank
stars. I
Alex
think.
and I are shit at our jobs because if we hadn't taken that extra time to develop the story, the KDA Pop Stars music video and the Rise music video would have never happened.
Yeah.
Ces deux clips nous ont permis aussi de résoudre certains petits problèmes techniques qu'on pouvait avoir qu'on avait pu avoir sur le pilote et d'affirmer un peu plus le style de la série.
So, you're welcome.
Yeah. Oh my god, what is that? Oh no! Amazing. That's actually brilliant. Yeah, Christian's there as well. It was so good. We need to cover more KDA, guys. It's ridiculous I haven't covered any more since.
Undercity. I was an
Love you,
outsider
Victor.
the moment I stepped foot in Piltover.
One of my top tier
Didn't
favourite
have the
characters, guys.
benefits of a patron.
So
a
cool.
name. I simply believed in myself.
At that point, the idea was I had to replace myself as like the person in charge of figuring out the story.
Ah.
It was me and Alex, but I was responsible. We just knew we had to hire someone who's experienced as a showrunner and as writers and that kind of stuff.
Wow.
And that's what we tried to do.
Okay, I did not
Except
expect
we
that
couldn't
to
really
happen.
Find anyone.
Oh.
6 years ago, if you pitched that a video company was gonna do like an animated series that is looking for like drama screenwriters, no one really showed up.
Yeah, nowadays, it's literally the opposite because of shows like
Or
Arcane.
it's just, you know, people were in for the wrong reasons, you know, where it was like, well, I mean, League of Legends and Riot is big, but they didn't really care about the characters that much. So we were looked for quite a while.
God.
And at some point,
That's cool. Is that one character?
maybe we'll just kind of have to try again, but be less shitty.
That's the memo you
Yeah,
need,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
was just start over, you know, like kind of look what we do. That's when we started talking to showrunners, you know, like who could we bring in to just be an advisor.
That's when we found Monica Macer. You know, she was a showrunner. She worked on Lost.
Monica.
I was really passionate about mentoring people, and she really helped us find the right way to realize our vision, you know, without
Cool office.
necessarily being like, here's what you have to do. More just about here's all about the process of how to craft a season, how to think about developing characters.
So cool.
And then we hired, you know, a bunch of writers who'd worked in various capacities in TV. So, you know, Amanda was one of those writers.
Oh, I know.
Amanda.
It's so good.
Okay.
You're like always trying to get into the heads of your characters in any way you can. I did have one of the writers teach me how to shoot a gun, like a sniper gun, right before I
Oh
was
my
gonna do,
goodness.
Caitlin's episode last year.
I was gonna say Caitlin, yeah. I feel like that sort of detail is so important, guys.
We're
it really
in my
is.
house, and I have a little office here where I do my writing.
Can you show me that?
Sure. Through the kitchen.
Too happy about it.
Into my nook.
Wow,
I have these
that
lights I turn on
whiteboard.
at night to sort of inspire me. There we go.
Inspiration and a light bulb.
They'll
there.
have scripts that they'll send over to you as kind of a sample of their work, And Amanda, I think with hers, it was comic book video game scientist, and her story was about a future world where we've colonized the moon. And I was like, this seems like it could be a good fit for us.
I would prefer not to have a punching bag in my living room, but that's just what we do right now. So I actually never thought about
bit of
how
stuff.
my kung fu translates to learning how Vi's a fighter.
Rotten luck, boys.
But there's
And Shining Wizard.
Season 1,
there we go.
which is the episode I wrote. One of the things I'm like so proud of is it's like between two women with like a different body type, like both like really muscular. They're doing moves that you haven't necessarily seen women do before on screen.
Yeah. Absolutely, there's no grace here.
Fight scenes as like being just like another talking drama scene. Like there has to be a turn, there has to be motivations. You have to learn something new about the character in the fight that you didn't know before.
I'll give her your regards.
And then, of course, she's saved by another woman. 3 women in a
Clearly a
fight
fan of
scene.
Caitlyn.
Amanda just has a really honest voice in her dialogue that is just really grounded emotionally.
I mean, you could argue the top 3 or 4 characters in Arcane are women,
that Jinx
which is amazing.
was saying to Vi in season 1. And then, like, Amanda took the script and solved it in, like, I don't know, an hour.
I thought maybe you could love me like you used to.
Ah, freaking love Powder, guys. Favorite character by far. Such good writing. Such good writing.
So, here's to the new us.
Amanda just wrote that, and Alex and I were just like, yep, that's it. Do that, you know?
I think the biggest change from the way that we were looking at it before was it was very plot heavy, right? It's very focused on kind of like, what's the problem that has to get solved? Who's going to fight who?
MacGuffins.
What I think most improved after kind of working with these writers was sort of like the emotional story for the characters.
I'm quite proud of the cold open too, the like whole beginning of the season with the bridge. The cold open used to be the cold open from episode 3 when Silco was drowning. I sort of went out on a limb being like, so guys, I know you hired me to help out with the show and whatever, but you need to change the pilot.
That was meant to be the first episode?
Poetic image, right? But it wasn't telling the story of the series, which is these 2 sisters being torn apart.
She knows her stuff, guys. That is such a right. I mean, that makes such a difference. That makes such a difference.
That's when I came in as a CEO, taking this big role.
Good on
with
Amanda.
the idea of becoming a multi-game developer and a multi-game publisher, which on its own is a really difficult challenge to go from that one hit to multiple games. And then there was this little curveball, and oh, and by the way, we have this TV show, which probably is going to cost us, you know, a massive 9-digit budget.
Yeah.
There is a lot of risk in this.
To be completely honest, Niccolo and I were always on like completely opposite spectrums.
That can be a good
He's
thing.
a business person. He's someone who's just extremely smart in like a rational way. He doesn't really let himself get carried away by like his emotions or like by his own personal attachment to anything. And I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I always have opinions. I'm always, you know, emotionally attached to stuff that
Yin
I
and
work on.
yang.
I'm an artiste, I guess.
Christian, actually, I remember bringing him in my office to say, hey, we've decided if we're gonna fund you for a full season. He had done the pilot, and you know we paused, and I told him like we're not gonna fund a full season for Arcane.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told him like I think it's really important you understand why, because you and I can be on a different page, but it's very important you understand where I'm coming from.
Exactly, yeah.
And the reason I'm not going to validate you to move to a full season is because I'm going to allow you to move to multiple seasons.
You
And
absolute...
So, I kind of trolled him a bit.
You pulled a bit of a prank.
And I think he was really pissed at me.
I'm not surprised! Absolute
So yeah,
git!
definitely gave me the trust that I needed to build and develop Arcane the way that Fortiche and our team
That's amazing.
needed to do it, you know, which was not the easy way, but like really this like pursuit of like, hey, this is what we think our audience wants, and it's ambitious and crazy,
Oh,
We
yes.
need you to trust us, and he did.
You need to stay committed to players because nothing's going to be easy. There will be many moments where you want to give up.
Yeah.
I know Christian went through this multiple times. We went through this multiple times, and you need to have the grit and the courage to continue for players.
Well
As
said.
we were looking
You need
at
that rational
trying to
mind.
scale a lot more, and then we had season 1 in production, and we started to think about how are we going to do the first development of season 2 at the same time.
Love
That's when
the
we started
concept
looking for
art.
someone to help figuring out the production scale a bit more.
It was tough because we couldn't find the right culture fit. A lot of people kind of shied away from like, hey, this isn't normal TV. This isn't normal animation. I think I'm just gonna go, you know, insert any animation studio out there, right? But finally, one time I got connected with a woman named Melinda Dilger.
Hey guys, come on in. Welcome to Casa de Dilger. I work here because of COVID. This is Willie Nelson. He's the boss of Arcane, right
Doggy.
here. He's in all the meetings. He loves it.
That's like Heimerdinger.
He loves his job. Yes.
Same moustache,
I
at
loved
least.
talking to her. She had such a warm energy. She just also had experience. Like, I mentioned some of the issues that we were dealing with, and she seemed unfazed by it.
This is where all my meetings happen.
Sort of blurred out.
This is where I burn off my energy, and I got that when I worked on Mary Poppins Returns.
Oh, very
Which is
nice.
Kinda cool. Yeah.
I remember sitting down all of the
Is that good? I've no
stakeholders,
idea.
And I think I literally told them, you better not fuck this up. I like her. She's awesome. If you fuck this up, I'm going to kill you.
I was producing by the time I was 24.
Wow.
That was when I was really young. I worked on Darkwing Duck. That was my very first
Darkwing
animated
Duck.
show to be on as a
My
production
goodness.
assistant. I was working
That's a
on Goof
throwback.
Troop, Aladdin. I won an Annie Award. That's kind of a big deal right here. This is very proud of this.
Oh, I love that trophy. That's
I know whenever
amazing. It's like
people
one
tell me,
little
like, "Oh my
animation
gosh, I
circle
watched
things.
that as a child. I'm like, oh,
That's cool.
I'm so old, but it's okay. It's okay. You know, now everybody looks at me and they say, we're so glad we have somebody with so much experience on this
Yeah,
show,"
experience. That's
which
the nice
really
way of putting
equates
it.
to old, but it's okay. It's okay. You know, Riot's a very young company.
Well, quite. Well,
All right. I think you.
I guess the people who work there.
Yeah, the team health when I first started wasn't so great. Everyone was like,
Oh, no.
I was like, man, this
Good
team
day,
they
Christian.
need some loving. They need some loving.
Making the show that we kind of set out with Arcane, you know, with the right designs for these characters that work in our IP, you know, this fantasy world. The pursuit of creative work is complex. If your expectation is that you're gonna work on something creatively where you're gonna have no pressure or no feeling of like being overwhelmed at times, then you're working on something the world is gonna forget.
By then, I think I was super exhausted because I was like 3 years into the project or something. I know Christian was exhausted, Alex was beat, and like she brought in that new energy and just sort of this like, yep, let's pick it up and let's go.
How are you
Cool.
guys feeling? Yeah. Exhausted? You want a break? Are you okay to keep going? From what I was hearing, it was just taking them a long time to kind of get their bearings. And let's face it, Fortiche, our animation partner studio in Paris, they had also never produced a series. So you have a bunch of newbies trying to figure this out. And lo and behold, it is really a difficult process and it's a challenging one, even for those of us that have been in the business for a really long time. We missed a really long, important strategy meeting that answers
Gorillas.
all the questions of the universe.
That was a Rosebud meeting.
For Riot and beyond. The Rosebud
You're
meeting.
missing the Rosebud.
Melinda was always someone that is extremely inspiring to the team and creating a
sounds
team
it.
atmosphere where it's okay when things are tough, as long as you just kind of believe in the team and have the right dream together.
Like, you know, well, you know, you can get everything in New York. Like, oh, gee. See, you guys didn't think you'd be on behind the scenes, and here you are. There's Eric Bergman. Our
Oh, there's a crew as well.
Hi, Eric's used to all the publicity. Eric,
Mark
you're on
Taylor
mute.
does not
This
look
is what
happy.
We do every Zoom call.
Hello.
Somebody's always on mute.
Hi,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
I just came in and kind of rolled up my sleeves and went, from department by department, just trying to get everybody together and get to know each individual on the team as a person.
This is so cool, guys. It's kind of inspiring, you know?
It's like there's two teams, the beer team and the wine team.
Well, where's the wine? And that's part of building team trust. And then you can start to actually solve the problems.
Yeah. She knows her stuff.
That's what you gotta do.
That's awesome.
So this is our production schedule. In March of 2020, that's when this started. And then it goes all the way through the last episode. Because this is the first series Riot's ever done, a lot of things are getting figured out and developed as we go along in production.
Oh, I bet.
So it's taking a little bit longer than it typically would on a television series that's all thought out. Everything's figured out way ahead of time. This is like, how can we make this more unique and more special than any other show on television? Let's take our time and do it right. And if it takes us a little bit longer to get those scripts done, that's what we do.
There's a natural balance of power, and you just gave everybody nukes. Congratulations, you fucked up, right?
This is the thing that's all fuzzy to me, is just kind of how we end this episode with the Victor Singe thing.
Yes, I would love to bring Vi back into Caitlin's mind in this episode in some way. I wrote like something about missing Vi. I have not solved yet either.
Is that the shower scene, maybe? Or no, that's right at the end of the episode, isn't it?
That's there from the games and turn it into something really awesome for television is a challenge. They're going to spend more money than most people to get it there, but they're doing it because they love the players and they want the players to be happy. And it's special. It's like you don't just see them as these little tiny things walking across the screen. By putting them on television, they have soul and they're deep.
Oh, yes.
You can relate to them.
So true. And people say that about the cinematics, obviously to a lot smaller degree. Oh, wow, that was cool, Sabika. I'm sorry, guys. I love the concept art. I will gush about that. I got to.
Can this be sustained over 6 hours? Will people watch something like this and fall
Victor, yeah, it
into
was!
the immersion of the animation?
There's the thumbnail, yeah.
Do you actually have that quality to mesmerize an audience by staring at two characters, not saying a word? It's all between them in the air and the emotions.
It's brilliant. It's just brilliant.
We all want to take animation to this place of mature drama, subtlety and nuance, style and innovation, but it doesn't exist, and I think we together can do it.
Brilliant. That was such an inspirational episode, guys. That really was. I'm guessing that's it. It is. I mean, I've got the names, guys. Amanda and Melinda, absolute geniuses. But the Melinda stuff was so inspiring too. It's a sort of work environment which I've never really been in. That sort of like very high pressure. Everyone is relying on everyone else. And her job is to make sure that everyone's on the same page and, you know, keeping positive, but also getting deadlines and everything. That was really cool to see. I'm guessing when she said Goof Troop and Aladdin and Darkwing Duck, because Darkwing Duck wasn't a movie, was it? I don't think. I'm guessing that was the TV versions of those shows that she was involved in, rather than the movie Aladdin, or I don't know if there is. I don't know if it's called Goof Troop, but there is a Goofy movie, isn't there, from the 90s, which I haven't seen. And so I'm guessing that she was oh, what was she? She wasn't the head of production. There we go. On the TV versions of Aladdin and Darkwing Duck and so on and so forth. Although she did say that Mary Poppins Returns or whatever like that. I believe that's a movie, right? I don't know. I ain't seen it, guys. Let me know if it's any good. Let me know if it's any good. I do want to take up with one thing on the Aladdin TV show. If it was if that was, oh my goodness, the bit with KDA with the production team was amazing. yeah, on the Aladdin animated series, I really liked it because I loved Aladdin and everything, but it always bothered me that the guard still called Aladdin Street Rat, despite the fact that he was the prince. It doesn't make no sense. But that's a joke, guys. It's such a tiny little thing. Oh my goodness. I wonder if the full thing is available of this, or it's just like a snippet that they put out there. We need to cover more KDA, guys. And it's so interesting that KDA was actually important to Arcane. I mean, it sounded like it kept it alive, or brought it back to life. For Siege in the background, that's amazing. Yeah, so this was brilliant, and I do feel like I really learned a lot about the production here. So sorry, I mean, yeah, we need to check. I think Rise looks cool, guys. I don't know who this dude is. I think that there are some. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could have this completely wrong, but there are some cinematics starring players, right? Is that right? I have no idea. Because I think that the when I looked at Warriors to do the reaction, there was 2 Warrior animations, and I think that one of them is also like maybe meant to be like the players, or maybe it's Imagine Dragons that are in it. I don't know. But I feel like this may be worth checking out. I mean, look at that. That's freaking beautiful. Who's this? Who is that? Oh, that could be Leonard. Could be. Looking at the moon makes sense. If that is the moon. Kind of looks like it's grounded, in fact. Yeah, we need to check out more KDA. We need to maybe check out Rise. Let me know if it's worth checking out, guys. But we'll probably get through Bridging the Rift before we start doing other side stuff. Or if you think that we should just jump straight to these cinematics, let me know, because I feel like there are probably still a bunch which I haven't covered. Oh my god, starting the series with Silco drowning. I get it. I get what, because you know what? In this being at the start of the first episode's defense, in episode 3, it does feel like it's it almost feels late in the day that we're hearing about Silco's backstory before. Because Silco's basically being like, you know, saying, Vanda's in trouble and stuff like that. And not really doing much. He's doing a little bit. He's like changing, Blade Runner. He's changing Blade Runner into Deckard. There we go. He's changing Deckard into a monster and everything. But that, you know, that's like quite a minor thing. He's not really getting out and about. Then you had episode 3 start with this, and then it's immediate. Oh, it's the Silco episode. You know, it's finally out and about. And so I can kind of see why they would want to have this planted earlier. But my goodness, it was Amanda who changed that up, wasn't it? To have the bridge scene instead. Absolutely the right decision. And she also wrote the amazing speech at the end of episode 9 as well, which is just so freaking heartbreaking, and it's so deep as well. It's on first hearing, I don't think you fully understand what Powder, in my opinion. I feel like that is the last time. That's definitely Powder saying that, in my opinion. I know that a lot of people like separate Powder and Jinx, and I try to do that in my reactions and reviews and everything like that. But to me, that's not Jinx. That's Powder saying basically goodbye to Bly. Oh man, I freaking love it, guys. And that's why I gush. So I hope I curbed it a little bit better this time. Gotta say, during concept art and everything like that, I just am gonna gush because I love seeing it. I think it's beautiful, guys. I'd have it on my wall, quite frankly. And it looked like Saviga had quite a different design potentially earlier on, but this is brilliant, absolutely gorgeous, guys. And yeah, freaking Nicolio trolling Christian was outrageous. But I like it though, and you know, it's cool that they had this level-headed, finance-focused person that isn't trying to stop people from doing things, but it's like keeping that viewpoint like open at all times. You need your yin to your yang, guys. You really do. This is excellent. This is an absolute blooming treat, guys. It really is. And I thought it was Victor in Thunder. I thought maybe early Saviga before getting his eye done, but no, it was Victor. Brilliant. Great stuff, guys. On to the next episode. I hope you're enjoying this, guys. And let me know what other League of Legends stuff we should cover in the future. But until then, Oh, by the way, guys, I should actually mention this. I really should. Obviously, I have my Arcane edited up versions on YouTube. If you want to watch the full-length ones, they are available on the Patreon, guys. You'll need your own copy to sync up to, but the Patreon is set, so if you pay, like, the minimum amount possible to pay on it, which I think is like $1 or something like that, then you get access to everything on my Patreon. And so there are higher levels that you can pay, but the bottom, the cheapest one will get you everything that is on there. And so if you just want to tip me a little bit more, you can do. So if that sounds like the sort of thing you want to do, then check it out. There is also a I reacted to it last week. Yes, last week. My full-length reaction to The Princess Bride, which I'd never seen before, guys. That was so different than what I was expecting, but I absolutely loved it. And so that's brand new on the Patreon if you want to go and check that out as well. Obviously, there's Buffy and Angel, as always. And the Harry Potter book reviews and book club. But yes, if that's something that you may want to check out, then please do. Either way, guys. On to the next Bridging the Rift. Hopefully this will get past Netflix, no problem this time. It's so strange. It was so strange. It's such a random minute as well. It wasn't like footage from Arcane or anything. It was just them talking at the back, and that bit was blocked. I had no idea why that was. Anyway, on to the next episode, guys. Please like and subscribe. All the good stuff. I'm VEGGIEKNIGHTS, and I'll see you next time.